Actually, let me get started with the recording. I've been doing a whiteboard like this since about last February, and every month I try and review what I'm doing, and it's worked really well for me. I've copied Amy. She's been nagging at me for a long time, and I didn't get what she was going on about, really. Hang on a minute. I might have done wrong here if I pressed the button. My screen has just disappeared, guys. Why has that done that? Has someone else done anything? Hang on a minute. Switch to sharing content. Oh, my word. I'm sharing someone else's Facebook page here. Oh, that's better. Someone must have done something. That wasn't me. So, yeah, I didn't get what Amy was talking about. I didn't understand it, and it seems to have taken me quite a lot longer to understand it, and I think that's why I'm happy to keep trying to explain it to you guys. And today I had a catch up with some of my team at Costa Coffee, and I had the two of them together, and I was able to run through it in a lot more detail, and they went out the door feeling really pleased that they'd understood it a little bit more. So I decided today that I'd go through it again with with my team, and then I thought, well, actually I might as well go through it with everyone. So if you've heard it all before, then that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. But sometimes you just need to hear it again just to sort of make sure that everything is done right. So what I'm gonna go over with you is the format of what I suggest, and what Amy has suggested to do. Now, it's entirely up to you as your business. You do what you like. But I want to go through the format that Amy has been taught, that Amy has gone IMD, that's allowed me to go QNMD, and that you can either copy us, which is what we'd like you to do, or it's entirely up to you. Go and do something totally different that works for you. That's fine. But what you must remember is that you must duplicate what the format is, and then explain to your team, this is the format, but I do it this way. So if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I just want to tell you the format. So I want you to have a piece of paper where you're going to put the format down, and then you're going to have a piece of paper that you're going to end up with what you would then put on your board. So at the top of the paper, I want you to write 90-day game plan on your big A4 sheet of paper. And on your second piece of paper, you want to write that this is what the format is. So on your format piece of paper, I hope you can get this. It might sound a bit complicated, but I'm going to try and do it a bit slow. So on your format, on one of your pieces of paper, you need to be writing format 90-day game plan. And the first question is, what do you want to be in 90 days? So that goes on your format piece of paper. And then on your other piece of paper, you've got 90-day game plan written across the top. And on this one, I've got format written across the top. So you've got two pieces of paper. I'm going to fill them in with you as we go, which is what I did with my girls today. So on your format piece of paper, you've got, what do you want? What?
Yeah, good.
What? Hang on a minute. I've got to put someone on mute here. I've got to check if we can do that.
What time did you leave, Hannah?
Can you mute yourselves, girls? Boys. That's all right. I'm going through muting them now. I just got to make sure I don't mute myself. I think I've done everyone now. Yeah, okay, sorry. So on your format piece of paper, you've got your question, what do you want to be in 90 days? So on your actual sheet you're going to put on your board, so you need to put what you're going to be in 90 days. So I want to be NMD in 90 days. Some of you might want to be dealer, DD rather, direct distributor. Some of you might want to be SDD. Some of you might want to be SC, SSC, or QNMD. So you need to write at the top I am whatever you want to be. Not I want to be, just I am. You must write I am whatever you want to be. So I've got on mine, I am NMD. So you need to write what you want to be. Then you need to you can go to your office, and I'm going to tell you how to do this to find out what you need to go, whatever you've just chosen you're going to be. So for example, you need to go to your virtual office. So if you write back down on underneath your question on your other page, on your format page, if you write underneath your question, which is what do you want to be in 90 days, you just need to write this format of where you go to find it on your office. So you go to your virtual office, so write that down, go to virtual office. Then you click on basics. Then you click on bonus program / incentives. And then you click on overview bonus plan UK. All right, so I'll go through that again. So if you write this down, go to your virtual office, click on basics, click on bonus program incentive, and click on overview bonus plan UK. If you didn't get that, I'll say that again. That's absolutely fine, because you need to write that down because it is most important. So can you just give me a thumbs up if you got that? Yeah, I think I got that. Okay. So I'll just recap that. So go to virtual office, basics, bonus program incentive, and overview bonus plan UK. So if you go through that system that I've just explained, you will actually find that on the office what you need to get to what you want to be in 90 days time, what you've chosen. Okay, so if you follow me so far, then that's good. So if you let's say you want to be SDD, so I'll tell you what you need. So you'll have you go back to your 90-day game plan sheet, and you'll have I am SDD. You'll have that you need 3250 points, and you'll have that you need to do 825 yourself. I'm just using SDD as an example. SC, you need 6500. You need 1 DD. You need to do 825 of your own. If you're going for DD, then you need to have 825 worth of bonus points in a calendar month. So you can go off and find what that is. So on your sheet of paper, that's what you're going to have. Then you're going to have the month written down that you're in, which we're in December. So you've got to start thinking about what you need to do to get to what you want in 90 days time. So for me, I've got that I want 15 customers. Now, you could put down whatever amount of customers you like, but I would suggest that you're realistic, and it's no good putting down 20 customers today or this month if you only got 2 customers last month. So try to break it down and be sensible about it. If you've got 2 customers, if you're new to the business, try to say to yourself, I want 2 or 5 customers. Don't go and say that you want 20. Of course, we all want 20, but don't go and say that. So let's say you had 2 customers last month, you'll say you had 5 this month. If you had none last month, say you want 2 customers this month. Be realistic about it. It's not about comparing yourself with anyone else. So, and I have a little score beside mine where I'll do, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll do the 5 lines and a stroke through it, and 5 lines and a stroke through it. So I want 15 customers. So far I've got 9 customers. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and then a line going through it. So that's 5. And then I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4. And I haven't put the line through it because I haven't got that customer yet. So this is a running sort of total, so I can see at a glance where I am, what I've got. Now I always want 5 apprentices. If I haven't got that many, then I'm a bit disappointed, and if I've got more than that, then I'm running around in circles. Okay, and again, I do the same principle. I have my lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a line going through it when I've got them. And then I have underneath that teamies, which means I want to convert those 5 apprentices into teamies. But you've got to understand that not everyone joins. That you've got apprentices that try the apprenticeship and it just doesn't suit them. It's not right for them right at that time. So that's absolutely fine. But if you've got them on the products, they'll go off with the product for 4 months, and it's quite likely they'll come back to you. So don't worry if they don't. So sometimes I might have 5 apprentices and no one joins. That's absolutely fine, because they come back to me in time, or it's just not the right time for them. But I don't take that personally. Okay, so, you know, don't be hard on yourself about that. And you've got to remember, I saw someone's post today and I thought it was a brilliant post. If you're on chapter 1, don't try to be on chapter 20. And what you've got to remember is, I'm on chapter 20, some of you are not. So you can't try and be on chapter 20. You have to do it at your own speed and take it steady. All right, so don't compare yourself to anyone else. Okay, so I'll just recap what I've got on this sheet. So at the top of the sheet, I've got 90-day game plan. I've got what I want to be, which is I am whatever. And then I've got the structure of what I need to do it, because I've gone and looked up at it for it on my virtual office. Okay, so you all with me so far? Then I've got this month, and then I've got how many customers I want to try and get, how many apprentices I want, and how many teamies I'm going to hopefully convert them to. Right, the next thing I want on my sheet of paper, on this same sheet of paper, is I've got the words DMO, or the letters DMO. So I've got my DMO, and beside DMO, you can put in brackets your daily rituals. I like to call them daily rituals. I don't like, well, people call them daily method of operation, which is what DMO is. But I like to call it a daily ritual. And to me, it's a daily ritual of something I do every day without fail. So your DMO is going to be what you do every day, and I can talk about that in a moment. But that is not, you're not going to list what you do on your DMO on this sheet. You're going to do it on yet another sheet. You're going to have 3 sheets at the end of this. So your DMO is what your daily rituals are. It's things that you do every day. And really, in my life, every day I get up and have my capsules. Every day I get up and have my shakes. Every day I go to sleep. Every day I wake up, hopefully. Every day I go to the toilet. Do you see what I'm saying? They're things that I do every day without fail in my life, and I do these other things on my DMO, which I'll explain in a little while. So then, going back to your format, your piece of paper with your format on, you've got another question to ask yourself. And what the question is what are you going to do to get what you want to achieve at the end of 90 days? Okay, so what are you going to do to get what you want to achieve in 90 days? So what this month is going to be about, and what every month is about, is we're now doing the plan. So then we're going to do the do, and then we're going to do the review. So it's plan, do, review. So if you write that bit down, so this month is plan, do, review. And we're now doing the planning stage, which would normally be on the 1st of the month. So then we're going to do the doing stage, which is taking action. And then at the end of the month, we're going to do the review bit, because come January the 1st, we're going to do exactly the same again. We're going to have a new sheet, and we're going to do exactly the same again. And this is all Amy has done, and she's had this up in her bedroom while she was living here with me. Yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't think I needed to do it. For about a year, I didn't think I needed to do it. And I said, oh, I already do all of that. Why do I need to waste my time writing it down? But trust me, you do. So if you're already doing the business and you've been doing it a while, like I was, and you're feeling you're getting a bit stuck, if you want to try and take action and do what we're trying to put together here, trust me, you will notice that's a phenomenal difference. So plan, do, review. So we've said that you want your customers, apprentices and teamies. You're going to do your DMO, which is something you do every day, your daily rituals, but you don't need to list it on your board. Okay, so hopefully you're still with me. So going back to that second question, which is what are you going to do to get what you want to achieve? Now for me, because I do quite a bit on my DMOs, and some of you might not, because you've only got to do what you can achieve. So just because I'm on chapter 20 doing a lot more, you need to be able to do what you can fit into your life, because some of you are working full time, some of you are working shift work, some of you have got children, all those sort of things. I had at the time all those sort of things going on at the beginning, but obviously I haven't now. So what I've got written down for what extra I'm going to do to try and achieve this on top of my DMO, because like I've said, the DMO is your daily ritual. These are extra things that I don't do daily. So I've got on mine coffee catch-up. I'm doing these coffee catch-ups, whether it be during the day, whether it be in the evening, whatever. But I'm trying to make sure that I do those every week. That might not be suitable for you guys, that's fine, but you need to try and think, and maybe we can do a bit of a suggestion in a little while as to what other people can be doing. So coffee catch-ups. I want to do live Facebook. As you've probably seen, I've been doing some live Facebook. Again, some of you can do that, some of you can't. That's absolutely fine. And how I started doing mine, because I've got a little bit more confident at it now, but how I started doing mine was some Snapchat videos and just videoing a minute of something that I was doing, not necessarily me being in the video. So I had the screen turned away from me and I was walking the dogs or playing with the dogs or going for a walk, the scenery, that sort of thing. And I just got used to videoing it and hearing my voice talking but not seeing myself. And I found that really worked well. And having spoken to some of my team about it, I know that's starting to work well with them. So you just start to get a little bit more confident about videoing yourself. And then you don't have to post it. You just have to practice doing it. So for me, I want to do more live Facebook lives. And I want to do some cooking tips and some exercise challenge, a different exercise challenge every month. But like I was talking to the girls today, not everyone's into fitness, not everyone's into cooking tips or whatever. So you can't try and be something that you're not. You need to be what you are and what you think you can offer to someone, whether it's playing with the kids, whether it's walking your dogs, whatever. You can only do what you can do. So you need to start thinking about what you can offer people. And you need to then, you'll be surprised if you do a video of it that people will actually be interested in it. There's all sorts of things that you can think about doing. So start to think about what people would be interested in about what you do. Okay, so the other thing that you need to try and do all of the time is give value to your audience, information and interaction. So that is something that I try and do on a regular basis. I don't do interaction posts every day, so that's why it's not on my DMO. But I do like to do interaction posts and give people information. So that's what I'm going to try and do and increase that over the next 3 months for me. What I'm also going to try and do is some Facebook parties with my team. So I want to do those. Again, that's not something I'm going to be doing every day, God forbid. But I want to be doing them at least weekly. So that's why it's on my goal board, but not on my DMO. Again, I want to do some one-to-one Zoom calls with my team. And I want to do some more regular team Zoom calls. So that's what I've got written down for me. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but you just have to think about some extra things that you could do. I'll give you a couple of examples. I've got posters that I put up in my local shops. So you could go and print off 4 posters and put the posters up in your local shops. Doesn't say nothing about Juice Plus. It just says you're looking for people to who want an online business. I can show you or post that in the group if you like what that is. So you could go and put your own posters up. What was the other thing? I've put little notes through my neighbours' doors because I'm not friends with them on Facebook. So I like to let them know what I'm doing. So I've just gone and put a little note on my neighbour's door, through my neighbour's door, telling them what I do. Would they like to watch a DVD? So that's worth doing because you've got people right in your road, in your neighbourhood that don't know what you're doing, basically. So you could do something like that. So I think there's a few things that you can do, but you need to sort of think outside the box a bit. But again, if you can put in the chat or whatever, if you've got any ideas or what else you want to try and do. Okay, so I've got mine listed. That's going to be back to front, but I'm going to try and hope it's going to be back to front. So that's my board that I'm going to have on my board. All right, so that's basically got 90-day game plan. I am whatever I am, what I need to do to get to what I am, the month of December, how many customers I want, apprentices and teamies. You can't, it's just job to see this. My DMO, coffee catch-ups, Facebook Live, cooking tips, exercise challenge, Facebook parties, one-to-one Zooms, Zoom calls, team Zoom calls, give value, and I've got on there, be you and show you. So that is going to go on my board like that. That's going to go on my whiteboard like that. That's what I do. I put on my whiteboard like that because I've tried a whiteboard before, and then what I find is it smudges off, and then sometimes you end up using a permanent marker and it then won't come off at all. So I prefer to put mine on a piece of paper like this. So that's one piece of paper. So, and on your format piece of paper, you've got all your questions and the format. So, and the reason I've done it that way is because on the format, if you keep that in a file, when you get a new teamie or someone into the team, you'll be able to show them the same format. And you'll be able to say to them, this is what Amy does. This is how she's got to IMD, but I do it slightly different, but this is what we've got to teach. That was what I would recommend that you do. So as long as we're all teaching the same, but if you vary off a bit, that's absolutely fine. Like I think some of you are using the app. If you find it beneficial to use the app for your DMO or for your 90-day game plan, then that's absolutely up to you. It wouldn't work for me, but that's fine if it works for you. So, let me just make sure I've got any questions on here. Look at it. Okay, so then the other bit that I then do is you need to look at your business as a structure, as what it is as in the structure side of it. Now, obviously, anyone that's new to the business hasn't got a team and hasn't got the structure side of it. So you're not going to be able to do this bit, but it doesn't matter. You can listen in and then you can sort of try and sort of understand what I'm talking about, really. But if you don't, that really doesn't matter. So those that have been in the business a bit longer, you then need to look at your business structure and see who you need to work with, who needs help, what they want. Because if you can help them get what they want, in this business, you then get what you want. So you need to make a list of the people that are active in your team, that are posting, that are contacting you, that are commenting in the group, they're commenting in the chat, because they might be people that are interactive, but it's just not working for them yet. And that's really frustrating when that happens. And trust me, that's happened to me before. So I can totally relate to that. So you've got a list of these people, and you know full well that they want it. What the problem is if you try and help someone and they don't really want it because they've got so many other things going on in their life, other busy things going on in their life, and they really aren't really up for it. So you as distributors, you must let your upline know that you want this and that you're hungry for it. It's not working for you at the moment, but you're just desperately hungry for it. Okay, and that you really you want it to work. What else can I be doing? I'm doing this, but what else can I be doing? Yeah, what am I doing wrong? Can you look on my Facebook wall? Can you see what I'm doing? You know, am I doing it right? So if people are coming to me and saying those sort of things, then they're going to be the ones that I'm going to try and work with. So I've then got a list of maybe 10 people in my team that I'm wanting to work with to help them get to the next level. And you want them, if your upline isn't into it, you go upline again. Bob, I was just listening to I'll try to get your message then. If your upline isn't doing it at the moment or is not active, then you go up to the next level and you work with them. And if they're not active, you go to the next level. And if you still don't find that works, then you go cross-line and you find a sideline buddy, because that really works well if you can get a sideline buddy. I can't recommend that enough. But don't sit there in silence. You know, go and find someone you can work with, you can relate to. Because just because that person brought you in, you might not quite relate to them once you get going, which is absolutely fine. You know, it's your business. You've got to go and find someone that you can relate with. Like, for example, Joe, my son, is in the business. He's in my team. That's a bit difficult working mum and daughter, mum and son syndrome sometimes. So Joe obviously listens to what Amy and I say, but he also goes off and he's found some guys to be cross-line with, and he works with them. And we find that works extremely, extremely well. You've just got to get out your comfort zone and go and find someone. That's why it's worth going to the meetings, to find out, you know, to meet people at the meetings and then realise actually you can get on with them. So hopefully, Bob, for example, when you come to John Holowatti's event, you know, you might well meet someone there that you can really relate to who's smashing the business. So that's absolutely fine. So you have a list of everyone, and then if you've got a team, and if your team see that that they are on your list, then what that's actually saying to your team is that, or what I'm saying to my team, if your name's on my list, then you're on my radar. And if I knew that Amy or Katie or Millie had got me on their radar, I'd be well impressed with that. And that's the same sort of thing that would do for you. If your upline has got you on their radar, you know, then that really should excite you, because they are thinking about you and trying their hardest to see what they can do to help you. Okay, so that's important. So I have a list of people that was also go on my board, on my whiteboard. What else did I got to say? Yes, I've said all of that in there. No? I wrote me notes, but I've said all that in there. Okay, so over to your DMO. Everyone's DMO, you can only do what you can do. And again, I didn't think I could do it, because I thought, why would I waste my time writing all this out when I could be messaging someone and doing other things? Amy kept telling me, Mum, you must write it out. And when I first started doing it, I had it in a book, but I hid the book up every time Amy come in the room because I didn't want her to know that I was starting to do it yet, because I just didn't want her to see the first page. I wanted to have a little bit, oh, I've been doing it ages, Amy. Look, I've been doing it ages. So that was me, and I didn't want to show her because, you know, she'd walk through the room and she'd say, scrolling on Facebook, are you, Mum? And I really was. So I can totally relate to you guys who think that you're doing a lot on Facebook, but you're not actually. And so at the top of a sheet of paper, and again, I have mine in a book, an A4 book, and I have the date. So I always put the date. And then I put, I am what I want to be, which is I am NMD in my instance. And I write, because you don't want to put I want to be, because that isn't good enough. These are what you call, I've lost the word now, affirmations, that's the word. These are all positive affirmations. And so I thought I was going to be clever, and I was going to, when I was got a bit of spare time, I was going to write 6 days of affirmations out over the next 6 days so that the top bit was all done. No, Mum, she said, you can't do that. I said, why not? I said, I'll be getting ahead. No, Mum, you can't do that. You must write it every day. You've got to write these affirmations every day. Really? I said, Amy, are you kidding me? Yes, Mum, you must write them every day. So I can't stress it enough. You must write them every day. So every day, whether it's just before you go to bed or whether it's when you wake up in the morning, you must write your affirmations out. They can be whatever your affirmations are that suit you, but I'll just tell you what mine are. I am NMD. I am Club 24. Hell yeah. And I get excited about it, you know. That's what you've got to feel the same. You've got to feel that passion, because I can't wait to walk over the stage like that. And you'll be the same. You can't wait to get your recognition for going SDD or whatever it is. You just can't wait. It's a phenomenal feeling. So then my next one is I attract the best friends, customers and teamies. And I think to myself, hell yeah, I do. I'm a really good person. I give a lot to people. I'm amazing. Yeah? Sing your own praises. Make yourself feel good about it, because you are awesome. You know, you have got lots to offer people, and you must be positive about it, and you must be proud of what you've got to offer them. And that will come over in the way you speak to people, because people can relate to you then, and they'll feel that passion in you. Because you know you're going to attract the best people, and that's the way I feel. That's what as Amy has told me. And again, it took me, well, I'd been in the business about just over 2 years before I started doing this, before I woke up to doing this. So, you know, trust me, you do need to do it. Now, I write down what my pay line is. So I need my pay line to be NMD to be 40,000. So you would need to say, if yours is SDD, you'd need to say 3250 points you'd put there. And the other thing that's important to write is I write on mine, I earn £5,000 a month. Now I don't, not yet, but I know I'm going to. And I don't write I want to earn, I write I earn £5,000 a month. So if you haven't been paid much yet in Juice Plus, then put that you want to earn 250 quid. That's amazing. I can remember putting down that I wanted to earn 200 quid in January 2014. I put it down in December, and in January 2014, that's what I earned, 200 quid. And in the February, I earned 400 quid. And in the March, I earned 700 quid. And you guys have now got the chance to do that yourself. All right? So don't start writing on here that you want to earn £10,000 a month. Be sensible about it, about what is within your goals. So, but it's got to be written positively. I earn whatever you want to earn a month. Okay? So for me, that's the positive affirmations that I use. I'm always talking in the positive. So if you're still keeping up with me on this, Then the things that I get done every day is birthday wishes. Now, with my birthday wishes, I send everyone a birthday wish, and I always ask a question. And I've started sending a picture, and I found a picture off Google which says something like "Happy Birthday" and a funny little cartoony type thing. And I've gone and put my logo on it. So I always send that to people now. And I change it up. I do different ones at different times, but that's what I do, because I remember when it was my birthday this July. I've only been doing it since July. When it was my birthday in July, I had a few people that posted pictures on my wall of their business, subtly of their business, and I thought how good it was. It drew me to it straight away, and I thought that was really important. So I thought, right, I'll do that. So I send a birthday wish, and I always ask a question. So I would say, happy birthday, hope you're having a lovely day, have you got anything nice planned for later? And if I'm a bit late, you know, that's what I always put, have you got anything nice planned for later? Always ask a question, because 9 times out of 10 they'll come back to you and they'll say, yeah, I went out for a meal with my family and I did this and I did that. And I'll just say to them again on that message, oh, that's grand, family's so important, glad you've got something planned nice, or whatever, some sort of spiel I give them, because all that's going to do is connect your Facebooks again. All right, so that's birthday wishes, and I do that every day without fail. I always have done. I might have missed a day, and then I'll send them for yesterday. I'll say happy birthday for yesterday. So I don't go back no further than one day, but I always make sure I do my birthday wishes every day. I always post 3 by 3 by 3 every day. And for me, that's usually 3 in the morning, 3 over lunch, and 3 in the evening. And if I'm feeling good, I do a bit more than that. And I always set them up I often set them up on buffer, but I often do them as I go as well, depending on what my day's going. And I try not to do much about Juice Plus if I can help it. I try to post about me, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling is a phenomenal thing to be doing. Tell everyone, you know, when you're sitting there and you're rubbing, I mean, Matt can't do this because he hasn't got no hair, but if I find myself rubbing my hands through my hair, I'll post about it. If I find myself looking at my nails and thinking, my God, they've grown, say it. Just say it. If I wake up in the morning and I feel all this energy, say it. Let people know every moment that you feel something like that. Say it. You haven't got to say, Juice Plus has done this for me, I've got so much energy. Just say, I can't believe I feel so good. I'm getting older, but I'm feeling younger. I don't know. Just keep saying how you feel. And if you say how you feel 2 or 3 times a day, trust me, people will start messaging you. Don't lie about it. Be honest. So don't lie about it. But just tell them if you find yourself thinking, oh, yeah, I go to bed late now, late night, early mornings, you know, say it. Just say it, you know. If you find you're not shouting at the kids so much, say it. If you find you're not shouting at the husband so much, say it, you know. Let people know if you're not killing the dog because that's pooed in the kitchen or something. And normally you would do. Say it. Just say it, because then people will relate to you. Someone will be relating to you. I can't stress that enough. So, but be you. Don't try and do fitness stuff if you're not into fitness. Because, you know, if you try and post that you're all about fitness and then someone sees you uptown and you're not like that, then that doesn't wear right, you know. So just be you, post about you. People want to know what you're doing in a day. They want to know where you're going, what you're doing, you know. Try to make things into a bit of a story. I mean, I lost my car keys a week ago and I tried to make that in a bit of a story, you know. So that's the sort of thing you need to be doing when things happen, you know. Try and make a bit of a story out of things, because people will tune into you because they want to know what the hell has happened to these damn keys, you know. She's going to tell me something about these keys, what's happened, you know, and whatever it might be, you know. If you're going to, it's going to be payday and you're going to buy a pair of trainers for your kids, post about it for 3 or 4 days beforehand. You know, that you're going to treat them, you're going to buy these trainers, and she's going to be so happy about them and all that sort of thing, because that's something that people can relate to. Yeah. If you're going and horsey shopping for some stuff at the tack shop, you know, because that's payday, post about it, but let people know over about the week, the few days before, so that they can see what's going on. So when you go to the shop, they know what's going on, because people are nosy and they want to know what's going on in your life. And I can't stress it enough. People want to know about you, what you're doing. People should know that I do Juice Plus. I've got some crazy dogs. I do some crazy things on Facebook, the squat challenge. I might be cooking. I might be wearing a funny face. That's what people know about me. They've got to know something about you as well. And that's most important, that they know what you are and what you're about. And only you can do that. Okay, so adding 30. I got that I add 30, but I do quite often say to my team that why don't you just say that you're going to keep adding until you get 5 people accept, because sometimes that's a better way to do it. So, you know, do it the way you prefer, but, you know, sometimes there's some, and with adding, I find that I go onto the sponsored posts, or I go into a group that's about, for me, it'd be menopausal group, or if you're into tattoos, go onto a group about tattoos or whatever, because they're your tribe. Go onto that group, and then when people have interacted in that group, and they're there for you to then sort of add as friends. So you can go and find people that way. Near us, we've got, go on to Jamie Oliver's page, because people that follow Jamie Oliver are going to be people into health. Go and find people that are into, you know, cooking, whatever is his name. I can't think what his name is. Lucy B, you know, whatever his name is. The guy with the dudes of the, come on, Louise, write it down for me. That's it, Joe Wicks. That's the one. I couldn't think what it was. Joe Wicks, that's right. So go and look on his profile or wall or whatever, or his website or whatever, and find a like page, and go and find some people that follow him, because they're all people that are open-minded. So they're going to be, that's right, Delicious Liella, those sort of things. Go and think of some other places to go and find people where they hang out. So we're into health, so we've got to find people that are into health, that are wanting to look for health. So you can't just add random people, because you might be getting your Facebook friends up to a higher level, so from 500 to 1,000, say. But if they're all people that aren't interested in health or fitness, you're totally wasting your time. So you've got to be finding people that are already looking for something, if you get what I mean. So that's adding 30. And the other thing I do is personal development, is what I do every day, is personal development. You can go onto YouTube and get personal development from there. I've downloaded some books on iBooks on my phone, so I can have my headphones on and get over the yard and muck out, and I have them on then. I used to listen to them in the car when I was going places and doing things, but what I found was when I then got to the shops and stopped and got out and obviously switched the CD off or whatever it is, when you got back into it again, you sort of lost the thread a bit. So for me, it's worked much better having the headphones on. That's right in my ears for a good hour and a half, solid. Amy finds it really good that she has them playing while she's doing things in the house all the time. You've got to find what works for you as to how you can get the information into your head. So that's what I do with personal development. And we were sharing some personal development, which I think Flick has started a group up, which is all about personal development. So make sure you're in that group. If you're not, make sure you get added to that group. Post in our chat group that you're not in it and you want to be added to it. So that's most important too. Okay, I'm taking a bit of a long time about this, girls. I hope you're all still with me on this. I'm really sorry, but that is quite a lot to get through. Right, the next thing I do is I write down a list 1 to 10. I write numbers down here. So I've got all my affirmations and my birthday wishes and things that I do up here. And then I've got 1 to 10 written down the side here. So if you write 1 to 10 down the side there. And so then what I do is everyone that I go to my phone and I go to my friends and I go to most recent. And that means that people that have added you most recently. So if you know where that is, if you've seen that, if you haven't, then you need to have a look. So you can write the note down. So you go to your phone, you go to your profile, you go to your friends, and once you've clicked on friends, you can go to most recent. And what I do then is I go, all the people that have added me, except for my friend request, I go to them and I go on their profile and all I do is like their profile picture. And the reason I like their profile picture is because if I go on it again in a few days' time, I know I've already done it, unless they've changed the profile picture, of course. Some change theirs a lot, some don't. So I just like their profile picture. I haven't got time to do anything else, not me. You may have, that's absolutely fine. So I go onto their profile picture and I like it, and then I write their name down. And I go to the next most recent person and I write their name down and click on theirs profile picture, and I do that 1 to 10. Okay, so I do that. And then, so I have this list of people here that I've clicked on their profiles today. And then underneath, I've got another list of people. They're people that have messaged me or spoken to me or I've had a conversation about. And what I do is I make a little note about it because someone's referred a friend to me. So I've written her name down and I've got the name of the person beside who's referred it to me. And I've put P for product. I've got the next person, P for product. And I've got the next person, I'll put a B for business. Because these are people that have messaged me, and because I get quite a few messages, I lose them. I don't get back to them. I've got no idea where they are, and I've got in a huge muddle with it. So I write all my down like that, so I know I can go back onto the 14th of December, and I can see who I've been talking to and who I haven't. Okay? So it's not who I've been interacting with. It's not these lot. It's this lot down here. They're different. The other thing I also do, I didn't say, was chase my likes in my my DMO. I chase my likes. And you know, I'm busy. I struggle sometimes to get this done. So you know, you've got to find what you can do that you can achieve every day. Some of these things you can catch up a little bit, like 1 or 2 days here and there. Like if you had a particularly busy day, you can catch up with it. I try and do mine before I go to bed if I'm trying to catch up. So that's what I do like that. And I religiously do it. So if we're on the 14th now, what I would now do is the bit that a lot of people don't do. So I then turn my book back to the 1st of December. We're on the 14th today. I turn my book back to the 1st of December and I look at my 1 to 10s on the 1st of December. And you'll see some of those people have been liking and interacting with you and you've been chatting to them about different things, whatever it might be, not necessarily Juice Plus. They've commented to you about whatever you're doing or you've interacted with them. And you go and look at 5 of those people. You choose 5 of those people that you think would be amazing at this business and you message them and tell them that. Okay? So you message them and tell them that. And on this side, I have 1 to 5 here. So I fill this in with 1 to 5 people that I've messaged that I'm going to message today on the 14th from the 1st of December. If you get what I mean. Now, I know that sounds complicated, but hopefully if you listen to this back, you'll get what I mean. So then when it gets to the 15th of December, I do the same thing, but I'll then go back to the 2nd of December. And then on the 16th of December, I'll go back to the 3rd of December and do my 5 people. You might find that there's not 5 people amongst your 10 that you've been interacting with that you feel you could confidently message them. So this isn't cold messaging, because you've added them as a friend, they've accepted, you've liked their profile, they've liked some of your things, they've interacted with you, you've had a bit of a conversation with them, you know a bit about them, so then you're going to say to them, you know, I think you've been amazing at what I do. Have you seen that, you know, have you noticed that I do this amazing online business opportunity, you know, to help you earn, you know, £200 to £500 a month. You can word it how you like, but that's the gist of it. And they'll say, yeah, often they'll say, yeah, I've been watching you. And they're too frightened to actually say anything. I've had so many people say, yeah, I've been watching you, but didn't like to say. Because what you've got to remember, that if you're a hairdresser, you wouldn't go up to a hairdresser and say, can I do your job, would you? So people are still in that same way of thinking. And you've got to give them an opening, and they sometimes don't like to. So that's your DMO. That's what I do on a DMO. That's what we want to try and get you to do on a DMO. And again, if you don't quite do that much, if you have that written out so that you know that's what you could do, and then you pick out of it the best that you can do and start off for the next 30 days doing what you can do, like you know you can do. Again, you're on chapter 1, I'm on chapter 20. Don't try and do what I do necessarily, and then after 3 days find you can't do it and get exasperated with it and disappointed. It's more important to be posting on Facebook, having a presence on Facebook, and interacting with people by liking their posts and by chasing some likes. That's the most important things to be doing, okay? Because you must have a Facebook presence, you must interact with your audience, and you must then chase their likes, because that's like a wink at a nightclub. So you must at least be doing those. What I was finding is some of my team were writing down all their likes. They were wasting quite a lot of time. They were writing down, and I've done the same. I've written down everyone that I've sent a friend request to, and then when they accepted, I crossed it off or ticked it or made a star by it. I haven't got time to do that anymore. That's not being productive enough, or that's being too productive but not getting an income from it. So, you know, if you're doing that, for me, I would say that, you know, unless that's what suits you, but you could be doing something else that's going to actually earn you more. So I don't write down all the likes. The only time I do write down the likes, if I do a detox challenge, a detox post, and I get 30 people say they want to do the detox, then I will write those down. And if I've done the berry challenge, which I might do once a month, and if I get a lot of people like that and interact with that, then I will write those down. But other than that, I don't write all the other likes down, because I just haven't got time to do that. Okay, so that's pretty much summed up what I want to talk to you about, really, guys. I'm going to try and look through some of these messages. Goodness, there's loads of messages. I missed all of those. If any of you want to unmute yourselves and ask any questions, that's absolutely fine. I'll be more than happy to try and answer some. Yes, I am recording it. Someone is screen sharing. Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened there. Wish we lived nearer. Who said that? Because we can do lots of Zoom calls. That's fine. Yes, there is a lot more on the DMO that meets the eye. But, you know, as I said, I've been living in Amy's house with her and I didn't do it. So I get how you feel. All right? It took me ages to get it. So don't worry about that. Just try and do what you can. So Bob was asking about the 825. The 825 is all new orders. And again, if you go to where I said your virtual office basics, bonus program and incentives overview and bonus plan, you'll see what it says in there. Yeah, you can do an apprentice. An apprentice can do an apprentice. Someone that's an apprentice can actually be getting an apprentice in at the same time. We have had that happen, so that's fine. You can do an apprentice as early as you like. I can help you with that. Again, don't feel you have to. It's optional, like Terry has said. Loving the lives. You like my lives, do you, Louise? That's so funny. I'm having such a blast with them. I really am. Trust me, it's just a question of being silly. It works well. Yeah, like you said, if your upline isn't really that on target at the moment, then just keep going up to the next one, like I said. Working with sideline buddies works really well, doesn't it, Lou? Yeah, definitely. I write them twice, one on top of the other, so the ink gets bold. Videos are fun. Yeah, videos are fun. Scheduled your buffer. Yeah, I've got scheduling the buffer is so important. Ooh. Joe Wicks, that's right. Joe, Deliciously Ella, that's right. SoundCloud is good. Yeah, that's right. That's free. That's on our office. So if there's anyone else want to say anything and unmute yourself, feel free to unmute yourself. Have you got anything to add to that, Lou?
No, I think you covered everything. Yeah, it was all really good. Just to go over like the importance of a DMO. So we probably started about this time last year doing a DMO, and the difference it made to my business, and I'm sure Jeanette's is probably the same, is in time it's like doubled my business, because it's made me consistently see what I'm working. And instead of you sitting down and scrolling through Facebook, you sit down and you go, right, what do I need to do? Here's my DMO, and you can get so much more done. So those of you who maybe start a DMO but don't finish it, or are thinking, oh, what's it really going to do? I have it all in my head, it's fine. Honestly, it makes such a difference. So I would definitely recommend doing your DMO every single day, because it really, really will. You will just find it makes that shift in your business. Yeah. But yeah, I think Jeanette's covered everything amazingly as always. And yeah, the only other thing actually I would say, self-development is so important. Yeah. This is another one of the things that I was a bit like, I don't really have time for this. Yeah. But since I've been doing it and listening to more self-development every single day, I was just on a Zoom with my team telling them about it. It makes me feel better, and when I feel better, you know, everything, it's like when you get up and you stump your toe on the foot, you have a bad day because everything tends to go downhill. Now, if I start my day with, you know, self-development and feeding my mind with positive thoughts, it just helps me so much more. I don't shout at my children so much. I don't shout at the dogs so much. You know, it's not just about the product, but it's really about feeding your mind, and the happier you can be. And that's what people want to see. And like with Jeanette's lives, you know, she's full of energy. They are so much fun, and especially now when I'm constantly seeing people posting that they're ill, that they're tired, that they're broke. Like, now is the perfect time to show that we're not, that we've got loads of energy, that we've, you know, not got loads of money, because that's obviously not what you want to be thrashing around Facebook, but you know, that we're really positive and excited about things, and that we're not poorly. And I think it's so important to really show. So if you're brave enough to do a live, especially now you've got the filters as well, makes it even easier. Like, just go and do it. It's like just taking that bit of courage and just going and doing it, because it will really make you feel like you're really moving your business forward, and it will really give people an opportunity to see you, and for them to see what you're all about. And yeah, as I said, it will just, people will look at you and go, I want to feel like she is. I want, like, I'm sure loads of people have been saying to Jeanette, how do you have so much energy? Why are you bouncing around all the time? And then it's so easy to say, it's because of these products. So you're not even having to message people and say, are you interested in my product? People are going to come to you. So yeah, I would just say, you know, it's not all about posting on Facebook. It's trying to get out of your comfort zone and doing those live videos, and you know, and just showing that we're not full of colds and full of disease and things. You know, we're really healthy, and we're staying on product just because, or staying on plan just because it's Christmas doesn't mean it's a time to eat loads of chocolate. So, you know, really think about what you're doing now is going to massively reflect in January. Don't think, oh well, I'm just gonna, you know, eat everything now and go off plan, because without you even realizing it comes across on Facebook. People can see, people can tell what you're doing. So, you know, stick on plan and, you know, say that I feel amazing come up to Christmas. I'm so pleased with my shakes because I can get my chocolate fix without having to eat everything, you know, with all the chocolate going around. So really use your posts to how you probably think that people are feeling. So yeah, that is all that I will add.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, I can second to all of that. You're farmers. We're sowing seeds now, and we're now going into the best time, which is January through until April. That's the biggest time in this business, to be perfectly honest. And you need to be sowing as many seeds as you can now. And some of those seeds will take years to grow. Some will grow in a few weeks, but you've just got to be there, nurturing them and feeding them and looking after them and chipping away and telling them. And that's what this DMO is all about, is just doing that. It's helping you to keep focused, just like Louisa said. So I can't stress that enough.
And if somebody is a no, don't write them off. Don't just be like, oh, okay, they're a no, they're not interested.
Absolutely.
Or they're not no, they don't understand it. They've not watched you enough. They've not seen you enough. Don't write them off. Go back to them. Keep in contact with them. Because one of the ladies that I've been in contact with a long time now, for like 6, maybe 8 months, she messaged me yesterday. Well, I messaged her to say like, hi, how are you? And she messaged me and she said, I'm really excited to get started. I want to get started now. So, you know, and that's the business and the product. So if I hadn't have just sent her a message to say, hi, how are you? And she said to me, thank you so much for chasing me up. And don't worry about annoying people, because when I think about them, I think, God, I can't message them again. I'm going to be really annoying. But that's what Jeff Roberti did with everyone. He kept talking to people. And I think he messaged he got in contact with Lauren Slocum, who's in his team, for 17 years or something like that. So it's crazy. So that's what we have to do. Then just keep dripping on people. It really does. You know, really does work.
Absolutely it does. We all mature at different stages, don't we? You know, we all grow at different stages. And
again, think about how long it took you yourself to join. So many, you know, people go, well, why is no one joining my business? And I always come back and I say, well, how long did it take you? And they go, yeah, I probably watched you for about 6 months to a year, which was the same as me. I watched Amy for probably about 6 months before I decided to get in touch with her. So, I would just really recommend, you know, just really thinking about those people and staying in contact with them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's phenomenal. We can't sort of stress it enough, really. And like I said, the DMOs and everything, and the personal development, Amy was harping on about it for ages, and I was in the same house as her, and she was telling me every day. So, you know, you haven't got someone nagging at you every day like that. And you know, and she just... Well, she wasn't nagging. She just was saying, come on, Mum, this is what you need to do. It's working for me. You know, and if I think what my pay line was last January, what it is now, my God, guys, you've got that opportunity to do the same. I've done nothing different than anyone else other than just be normal and just share my passion, really. And that's all you've got to do. Share your passion, be excited about it, love it, fall in love with it. And that will just happen. That will happen for you. You know, you've got to let people know and let people see you. And that's difficult, because I struggled with it as well. Trust me, I've struggled with it. But, you know, that's what you need to be doing. So we need to just take a little quick picture, don't we? So that we can post it all on. Put your good faces up. Maybe we should all do funny faces. Shall we do a funny face one? Do funny face one. Go on, funny face, everyone. I can't see all funny faces. I've got to check that before you go. See? So has anyone else got anything else to say? I think we've been on here plenty long enough. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been fun. That's what it's got to be. Post on your wall that you've had a great time on this Zoom call. Tag some of your friends, some of the teamies in it, and we'll see if we can do another one, and we'll see if we can make it not last quite so long, because it's been far too long tonight. So lovely to see you all.